Hello, welcome to Wild Heart Yoga Tribe. My name is Jay, and we're in the chakra series. So we've made our way up the spine, all the way up to our throat chakra, Vishuddha. Vishuddha is intimately connected with our heart chakra, Anahata. So it's really important that we have a good understanding of love and expression of love if we're going to head into Vishuddha, because Vishuddha is all about expression. It's about our voice, and most of all, it's about our truth. So as we come into our Vishuddha chakra, we have to be willing to open ourselves up, be vulnerable, and express ourselves without any fear, doubt, or concerns of what anybody else is going to think. So Vishuddha is represented by the color blue. Maybe you imagine a blue aura surrounding you. Blue is the most healing and supportive color of the colors. So we're going to close our eyes, relax your shoulders, sit up nice and tall, start to find your breath. Breathing in and breathing out, and feeling the vibrations, allowing the vibrations to move through our body. So Vishuddha goes right hand in hand with this yogic aspect of satya. And when we look at satya, a lot of people think that satya means truthfulness, but the actual translation of it means what isn't truth. So it can be really difficult to find our truth, but oftentimes it's much easier to find what isn't true. And that's what we're going to do today. As we go through our body, through this practice, I want you to try and find what's not true in your life. What's holding you back? Where's the resistance? And as we start to unravel these untruths, all that will be left is our truth at the very end. So this means being real with our body, with our mind, with our heart and our soul, knowing when to back off, where our limits are, and knowing when to push on even though our mind is trying to trick us into saying we can't do it or we shouldn't do it. So we start to move through our expression of life with stability, creativity, with willpower, and with love, and this enables us to express ourselves through our voice, through our breath. And so for the rest of this class, I want you to really focus on the sound of your breath. No matter what we're doing, how challenging or how mellow, make sure that you can feel and hear your breath. We'll just take one more breath in, and a deep breath out. And you can open your eyes if you want. And now reach your right hand high. Exhale, take it just above your left ear and let your head fall over towards your right shoulder. Allow your neck to be soft. If you'd like to feel it a little bit more, you can reach your left fingertips out to the floor. And if you want more than that, hover your left arm. Notice if you feel the stretch more at the base of your neck or the top of your neck. And try to really focus on slow, deliberate breaths. So rolling up and rolling down. Just taking one more breath in. And exhale, release your hands, bring your head back to center. Let's tuck your chin, engaging our Jarandhara throat lock. Draw your shoulder blades back. Option 1, press your hands down. Option 2, interlace your fingers behind your head and let your arms way down. Make sure that you're not stressing out your neck. Take some deep breaths and focus on your exhales, really drawing all the air out of your lungs. Keep sitting up tall. Last breath in. As you exhale, release your hands. And now sit your head up. Reach your left hand high. Draw it just above your right ear. Let your head fall over to your left shoulder. The same options here. Hand can rest on your lap. Maybe fingers to the mat, or if you want the extra bit, allow your arm to extend into the air. Deep rolling breaths. You should feel this from your jaw all the way down into your shoulder. Take one more breath in. And exhale, release your hands. Now sit your head up nice and high. And then exhale, fold over your crossed legs, getting into your lower back. So just like with our Anahata, we're going to be doing quite a few back bends today, which means practicing mindfully. It's so easy to overdo a back bend, to push our limits. So being real with yourself, knowing where to back off. Practicing with love, with intention. And that's really where Vishuddha comes into play. This is where we set our intentions. What is your purpose for being on the mat today? And can you honor that purpose? Eventually your head will come all the way down to the mat. Maybe you crawl your fingers forward for a little bit more stretch through your spine. Make sure that your tailbone stays down on the mat. And if it feels good, you might even come onto your fingertips. And now lift your chin. Next, walk your hands as far to the right as is comfortable. Make sure that you're not lifting your left hip. You might be on your palms, fingertips, or if you can comfortably reach, take your left hand on top of your right hand. Allow your head to relax. Take some deep breaths into the side body, your ribs, the obliques, your armpit, all the way down into your hip flexor. And now lift your chin. So walk your hands all the way over to your left. Same options, maybe different sensations. Go to the place that feels most comfortable for your body. We start off nice and slow so that we can build up the support to go deep in our practice. And now rise back up. Now take your hands behind you. Fingers can face any direction that is comfortable for your body, but probably best if your fingers face forward. Plant your feet. And then now lift up into your reverse tabletop. So pick up your hips, lift your heart, press through your hands and your feet. And then we're going to start to open up your throat. So maybe you just look up. If comfortable, maybe you start to look back. So coming into our truth means we need to get vulnerable. We need to open ourselves up to the truth. And this can be a really hard thing to do because it's uncomfortable, it's confronting. This ultimately is what lets us be free. So try to take deep breaths, uplifting your heart, relaxing your neck, your throat, and then let's start to walk your feet forward, but keep your toes on the mat. So it's okay if you don't have straight legs, but try to keep your toes on the mat. Keep lifting your hips, keep pressing through your palms, keep opening your throat. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Deep breath in. Exhale, take a seat. Cross your legs and come onto your hands, onto your knees. Tabletop position. Flex your fingers. Tuck your toes. In now, cow pose. Drop your belly. Lean forward. And then exhale, cat round and curl your back. Lean back into your toes. And now pull yourself forward, cow. Exhale, push yourself back, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Come to a neutral tabletop and then move yourself to the very back of your mat. Then walk your hands to the very top of your mat, setting up for our puppy pose or our heart-melting pose. So see if you can sink your chin to the floor. Maybe it's your forehead if that's not comfortable on your neck. Heart will eventually sit flat on the mat. Take some deep breaths. Try to relax the shoulders. What can you let go of here? What has been holding you back from embracing the truth? And as you inhale, slowly pick yourself back up into your tabletop. Move back to the center of your mat and exhale to your first downward facing dog. Pedal out your knees, shake out your hair, wiggle out. Embrace some heat into your body as it'll help you get really bendy. And now let's lift your right leg high. And then exhale, scorpion your leg, bend your right knee, point it at the ceiling, circle it, shake it, wiggle it. Do whatever you gotta do to bring some life to your hip. And I'll extend your right leg long, three-legged dog. And then exhale, step lightly between your hands. Low lunge, drop your back knee, and I'll rise up, crescent moon. Square your hips, sink the pelvis forward, and I'll reach your arms up nice and high, and take Kali Mudra, interlace your fingers like a squirt gun. See if you can draw your biceps behind your ears, lift your heart, and if comfortable, drop your head. Try to lift up out of your hips to extend the bones in your spine. Deep breaths. Take one more breath in. Exhale softly, standing splits. We're going to place our hands down. We're going to float your left foot up, not kicking it up, not flinging it up, but lifting it up. Take a deep breath in, lift your left heel a little bit higher. Exhale, draw your left knee to your chest. Use your gaze, and I'll rise up one-legged pose, hands to heart. Flex your left foot, lock in your core, relax your shoulders. And I'll reach your arms up nice and high. Exhale, standing split. Let's float back down softly. And I'll lift your left leg a little bit higher, lean forward. Exhale, left knee to your chest. And I'll reach up, rise up through the core. Exhale, standing splits even slower, even softer. Last time, and I'll lift your left heel so much maybe your right heel lifts. Exhale, left knee to your chest. And I'll rise up, reach up. And then this time, let's wrap our fingers around your left shin, preparing for a balancing back bend. We'll give it 2 practice rounds, then we'll go for it. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw your knee to your chest, lean back a little bit. And then slowly, straighten up. Slowly is key. Round 2, deep breath in. Exhale, knee to chest, lean back. Can you look up? Slowly straighten up. Now we'll go for it. Find your edge, but don't go over your edge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, balancing back bend for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll rise up slowly. Hands up high. Exhale, dive down, standing splits. This time, bend your left knee, but we're going to keep lifting our left knee. Try not to open the hips so much. Keep your split position. See how high you can lift that left knee as you hug your heel to your butt. Maybe lift your right heel also, but focus on lifting the left knee as high as it can go. Exhale, forward, fold feet together. Halfway lift, extend your spine. Exhale, step or jump back, plank asana. Flex your fingers, wrap your elbows in. Lean forward. Exhale, slow as you can. Lower down to your belly. Wrap the elbows in. Set down softly. Good, so we're gonna reach our hands back beside your hips. Take your feet together. And then lift your heart. On your exhale, Salambhasana, we're gonna lift your legs up nice and high. So as you inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, lift your legs, maybe press down to your palms. Keep trying to draw your heart forward while you draw your shoulder blades back. How high can your legs go? If you really struggle with this movement, take your hands underneath your hips. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, lower down, maybe chin or forehead to the mat. Set your hands under your elbows. Upward facing dog, lift your heart. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Roll over your toes, shake out, loosen up. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, scorpion your left leg, point your knee at the ceiling, shake, circle, wiggle. Breathe deep, feel the vibrations. Extend your left leg high. Exhale, step lightly between your hands. Drop your right knee. Step tall. Exhale, crescent moon, sink the pelvis forward. Be really supported through your core. Reach your arms high, Kali Mudra. Interlace your fingers. Exhale to your back bend, biceps behind your ears. Maybe chin up to the ceiling. Keep lifting out of the pelvis. Deep breaths. So even though we might look solid and everything else might look solid around us, when we look deep enough into the microscopic level, we find we're all just vibrations. And our voice has this power to change the vibrations around us. Notice if there's a lot of doubt in your mind, can you change it into an uplifting energy, an energy of positivity? Deep breath in. Exhale, standing splits, softly float that right foot high. Good, and now lift your right heel a little bit higher. Exhale, right knee to your chest. Look up, and now stand up slowly. First time, just take your hands to your heart. Flex your right foot, lock everything in. And now reach your arms up nice and high. Exhale, float down softly. And now lift your right heel high, lean forward, shoulders over fingertips. Exhale, right knee to chest. And now stand up, reach up. Even slower, exhale, fold. Standing splits. Last time, and now lift your right heel so high, maybe it lifts your left heel, pointing at the ceiling. Exhale, right knee to chest. And now rise up. Exhale, wrap your hands around your shin. Sit up nice and tall, 2 practice rounds. Breathe in. Exhale, right knee to chest, lean back. And now straighten up slowly. Deep breath in. Exhale, knee to chest, lean back. Can you look up? Inhale up slowly. All right. Coming from a place of support. Breathe in. Exhale, balancing back bend for 5, 4, find your edge. 3, 2, 1. And now rise up. Exhale, standing splits. Take your time, control it. Bend your right knee, heel the butt. Try not to open your hip, but lift your right knee as high as you can go. Really work your hamstrings. Maybe lift your left heel, press to your palms, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold, feet together. And now halfway lift. Exhale, plank, step walker, jump. Press to your palms. And now lean forward. Exhale, slow motion. Come down to your tummy. Try not to drop down. Awesome. Salambhasana, round 2. So like I said last time, if you really struggled, take your hands underneath your hips, and this might help you out. But if you're feeling good, hands out wide of your hips. And now lift your heart. Exhale, lift your legs. Now for a little bit more of a challenge, can we lift our hands? Almost like they're wings, but we're like diving in the air. Shoulders back, heart forward, feet higher, extend through the crown of your head. Find your breath for 3, 2. Last time, how high can you lift? And exhale, release. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Hands under the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pick up your kneecaps. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, scorpion, open your hip. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step between your hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale, Kapyasana, reach up and over. Exhale, standing splits smoothly. Inhale, lift your left heel a little bit higher. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, wrap your hands around your shin. 1 breath in to prepare. Exhale, balancing back bend for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, standing splits. Bend your left knee. Inhale, lift your left knee as high as it can go. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, step walker, jump back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, with control, lower down. Awesome, going a little bit deeper into our back bends. Remember, be mindful of your back bends. Bend your knees. Reach for the inside seams of your feet. If you can't reach the insides of your feet yet, then go back to Salambhasana. Good, so you can flex your feet. I don't want you to lift your knees this time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, kick into your hands. Just lift your heart. 5. Inhale, we lower our chin down. Exhale, lift your heart. 4. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 3. Exhale, lift. 2. And exhale, lift. Holding here for 5. Shoulders back. 4, lift your heart. 3, knees down. 2. 1. Release. Hands under your elbows. And now up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Shake it out. And now lift your left leg high. Exhale, scorpion. Open the hip. And now 3-legged dog. Exhale, step through lightly. Low lunge. Drop the right knee. And now Kapyasana. Reach up and over. Exhale, standing splits. Lightly. And now lift your right heel high as it can go. Exhale, right knee to your chest. And now stand up, rise up, one-legged pose. Exhale, right knee. Grab your hands around your right shin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, balancing, back bend for 5, 4, 3, 2. And now rise up, reach up. Exhale, standing split slowly. Bend your right knee. And now lift the right knee as high to the sky as it possibly could reach. Exhale, forward fold. And now halfway lift to prepare. Exhale, plank, step, walk, or jump. Now lean forward slow as you can. Lower down to your belly. Embrace the heat. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Bend your knees. Grab the inside seams of your feet. This time we'll go for a full floor bow. Make sure that you're practicing with truth and love. Take a deep breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, kick into your hands, and this time, lift your knees. Keep lifting the heart. See how high you can lift your toes. Tuck your tail. Deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down to your forearms. And then just windshield wiper your legs a few times just to release any pressure that might have built up in your lower back. Good, let's plant your hands underneath your elbows. In an up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Shake everything out. Let's come down to your knees. All right, so whenever we go into the spiritual realms, we're required to get a little weird. It's just part of the process, okay? So we're gonna get a little weird. We're gonna do a breath called Simhasana. It's the lion's breath. So this is a great way of expressing ourselves. Maybe you're frustrated, upset, challenged in life. Use this as a way of getting rid of that energy through your voice. So when we exhale, we're gonna stick our tongue out. We're gonna roar like a lion. Freak your neighbors out, freak your family out, wherever you're practicing this. Get into it, okay? So we're gonna inhale to our cow, drop your belly, lift your heart. On your exhale, stick your tongue out. Inhale, out. Exhale, roar. Last time, inhale. Feel the energy. You should feel it moving out of your body, leaving you nice and clear. Downward facing. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, scorpion your leg. Let's flip your dog. Lightly if you can. Right foot over to the left. Lift up through your heart, through your pelvis. Reach over through your right hand. In a 3-legged dog, right leg comes high. Exhale, step lightly between your hands. Low lunge. Plant your back heel. In a warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. You can adjust your hips. Plant the back heel. Lunge your front knee. You should feel the entire lower half of your body activated. And now reach your arms up nice and high, but relax your shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Pry open the chest, deep breath in. Exhale, take a bow, humble warrior. Allow yourself just to surrender to this place, even though it's uncomfortable. Deep breath, maybe pivot to the inside of your right knee. Inhale, warrior 1. Extend your right leg. If you have blocks, maybe you set them up. Exhale, pyramid pose. Fold over your right leg. You might be on your fingertips, maybe on your palms, maybe you're on blocks, but extend your heart forward rather than just down. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Concentrate the breath, those vibrations, into your right hamstring. And the way you breathe affects the way you open up. Take calming breaths. Breaths that invite your body to relax and to release. Warrior one. On your exhale, we're going to do a modified chaturanga. So watch me. My hands are going to come down. I'm going to lift my right leg into Ekapada. I'm going to bend my left knee down to the ground. Now I'm going to lean extra far forward. I'm going to drop my chin and my chest to the mat, reaching my right leg as high up as it can. Inhale, up dog, lift your heart. Exhale, down dog, shake it out a little bit. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, scorpion, and let's flip your dog softly if you can. Lift your hips, lift your heart. Reach your left arm up and over. Deep breaths. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, step lightly between your hands. Plant the right heel. Warrior one. Make any adjustments you need. Find a low center of gravity. Knit the ribs. Lift your hands. Take a deep breath. Exhale, hands behind your back, and this time take the awkward grip. So the hand that you don't normally use on top, use that one on top. Take a deep breath in, lift your heart, and exhale, humble warrior. So as we start to embrace our truth, that means we're going to go into some uncomfortable places in our life. We have to be real with ourselves. Kind of like how we're being real with our wrist right now. Oftentimes we cheat ourselves. We have a favorite arm. We have a favorite leg. We have a favorite eye even. And so we're robbing ourselves of balance and strength in the other places. Right now you're probably struggling with this opposite wrist on top. That's okay. Struggle, find balance, breathe, and eventually the truth sets you free. We find that effortless balance. Warrior one. Exhale, sink down into it. And now straighten your left leg. Exhale, pyramid pose, fold over your leg. So if you don't have props, I don't have any props today, feel free to bend your left knee as much as you need. But we still want to feel a stretch in our hamstring. Eventually we'll be flat palms, but if you have to round your back, better off to lift up and extend forward. Keep pulling your left hip back, right hip forward. Deep breaths. Warrior one. Exhale, modified chaturanga. Hands down. Pick up your left leg, Ekapada. Drop your right knee. Lean extra far forward. Drop your chest, drop your chin. Lift your left leg as high as it can go. Inhale, up dog, straighten your arms. Exhale, down dog. Let's flow that out one more time. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, flip your dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior, take your bow. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, modified chaturanga. Take your time. Really lift through that top leg. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, flip your dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, step lightly between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior with your awkward grip. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, modified chaturanga. Left leg lifts. Drop your right knee. Drop your chest. Drop your chin. Lift that left leg as high as you can go. Inhale, lift your heart, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Shake it out, loosen up. Now lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step, walk, maybe handstand to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold completely. Bend your knees, and now chair pose, Utkatasana. So make sure that you can see all 11 toes. Wrap your elbows in, relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, then exhale, sink your glutes. Reach your hands high. Exhale, sink your butt. Hands high. Exhale, sink a little bit low. Arms reach up. Exhale, butt sits down into a boat pose, Navasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to your low boat. And then we're going to take our hands beside our hips. We're going to lift our legs and exhale to your Halasana. So feet come over your face and go to a place where you're comfortable. Feet do not have to touch the ground. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to come back to our low boat. Try to control it. Try not to swing into it. Inhale, Halasana, feet up and over. And then exhale to your boat Navasana. Inhale, Halasana. Exhale, low Navasana. Inhale, Halasana. Exhale, low Navasana. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Now I really mean it last time. We're going to pause here. Halasana. Now hands might come to your low back. Let's lift your legs up into your shoulder stands or your candlestick pose. See if you can draw your pelvis towards your face and your feet away from your body. Lift your legs as high as they can go. Take some deep breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale back to your Halasana. Come down. Inhale to your low boat. Exhale to your boat pose, Navasana. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, cross over your legs. Come onto your hands and knees, tabletop. Tuck your toes and then come to standing on your knees. So you want about 2 fist width distance between your knees. Toes tucked. And we're going to start with your hands behind your back, pressing your pelvis forward for our Ustrasana camel pose. And now lift your heart. Exhale, drop your head back, open up your throat. Take a few breaths here. Make sure that you don't just go into 100%. Let's start around 70. And we each breath, move a little bit deeper into your back bend. Rise up. Notice if you're getting a head spin, a little bit dizzy or lightheaded. That means you went too deep, too quick. Remember, practice with love, honor your body, where you're at, be real with yourself, be truthful, and make sure that you practice in a way that's going to lead you forward, not set you back. So, round 2. Inhale, lift up, press lips forward. Exhale, drop the head back. And if comfortable, reach your hands for your heels. Keep pressing the pelvis forward, lifting your heart up, taking some very deep breaths. Hands to hips. Rise up. Exhale into your child's pose, traditional style. Knees together, hands back, head down, Balasana. Take some deep breaths into your lower back. Notice any truths that are coming up from your body or your heart. Make sure that you honor those truths. Know that what's true for me isn't what's true for you. And my truth is I can do these back bends pretty easily now, but I've been practicing for a while. Maybe your truth is that you're not ready for such deep back bends, and that's okay. No expectations. Just do your best, modify your practice. Tabletop. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Cross your shin behind your wrist. Try to move your right leg as parallel to the front of the mat as possible. And then take your hands wider than that, come onto your fingertips. Take a deep breath in, puff out your chest, then exhale, wave your spine, maybe your chin comes down to the mat. Inhale up, and exhale down, forward, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, and exhale 1. Inhale, rise up, plant your hands. Wrap the elbows in, flex your fingers, tuck your back toes. In a 3-legged dog, lift your right leg high. Exhale, flip your dog, step up and over, lift your hips, lift your heart. Little challenge, lift your right heel. Maybe you hover your foot, find stability and balance while keeping your back bent. Deep breath in, exhale, low lunge. Can you step your right foot to the top of the mat lightly? Drop your back knee. And now Kapiasana, reach your arms up and over, biceps behind your ears, really open your chest. Deep breath in, exhale back to your low lunge. Draw in your inner thighs. Good, inhale to your crescent lunge, rise up. Good, deep breath in, exhale, vertically twist to the right. Now we're gonna take your right hand to your left hamstring. In an exalted crescent lunge, reach your left arm up and back. See how low your right hand can go? Maybe you can even grab your left ankle with your right hand. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, warrior 2, spin open. Good, front knee over your ankle, back heel planted, sink your hips nice and low. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, triangle, extend your front leg, reach forward. Inhale, reverse warrior, lunge the front knee. Exhale, triangle. One more time, inhale, reverse. And exhale, triangle. Pausing in your triangle, open your chest. Reach up, maybe over, Utthita. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, half moon, reach forward, pick up your back foot. Little challenge is Cholpasana. Bend your left knee, see if you can grab your left foot. If you can grab your left foot, kick into it. And the harder you kick, the easier the balance. Maybe right hand to shin, maybe hand to heart. Press your heart forward, kick your foot back. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, release, standing splits, hands down, left leg is high. And now lift your left knee, bend the knee, heel to your butt. How high can you lift your left knee? Exhale, left knee to your chest. And now stand up, rise up, should seem familiar. But this time, exhale, reach your left foot behind you and grab the inside seam of your left foot. And now lift your right hand top. Exhale, dancer's pose. Kick into your hand and hinge. Try to keep your right hand above your eye, like you're pressing into an invisible wall. Focus on the back bend, lifting your heart, lifting your toes. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, one-legged pose. Left knee back to your chest. Exhale, standing splits. Now we're going to step back with your left foot. Drop your knee, take a peek at me. This is an advanced posture, so make sure that you set yourself up for success. I'm going to lift my right leg into Ekapada, floating my right foot. Now I'm going to drop my left knee. I'm going to take my modified chaturanga. So I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to drop my chin. I'm going to drop my chest. I'm going to inhale, pick up my bottom knee. And then maybe you take some little hops. Make sure you underdo it, don't overdo it. But eventually you'll hold it and maybe come into your chin stand. So make sure you can hold your split legs before you go into both legs up. So just taking a couple seconds in that split leg variation. And then when you've had enough, inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Shake it out, loosen up. We'll give the other side a try. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon, cross your shin behind your wrist. Try to draw your left leg as parallel to the front of the mat as possible. Hands come a little bit wider than that. Take a deep breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, wave your spine 5 times. Inhale, rise. And exhale, away. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rise up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes. Now left leg high. Exhale, flip your dog softly if you can. Reach your left arm up and over. Maybe lift your left heel. A little challenge is to hover that left foot but keep your back bent. Deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. How softly can you step to the top of the mat? Drop your right knee. And now Kapiasana, reach up and over. Open up your throat. Exhale to your low lunge. Pick up your back knee from your core. And now crescent lunge. Open your arms to a T. Deep breath in. Exhale, vertically twist to the left. Take your left hand to your right hamstring. And now reach your right arm up. Exhale, exalted crescent lunge, reach back. Make sure that you're moving from a safe space in your spine. You shouldn't be compressing, you should be expanding. Take one more breath in. Exhale, warrior 2, can you spiral over? Adjust your warrior 2. And when you're in that sweet spot, now reverse your warrior. Exhale, triangle, extend your front leg, reach up and over. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, triangle. Pause here for a few breaths. Open up the chest, press the pelvis forward. Maybe Utthita, top arm over your ear. Inhale, warrior 2. Maybe use a block or something to support you. Exhale, half moon. Pick up your back foot. And then see if you can bend your right knee. Grab your foot for your Chokasana. Once you have the foot, kick into your hands. And maybe you kick hard enough for the hand to come to your shin or hand to come to your heart. Press your belly forward, your foot back. 5 deep breaths. And then we'll come into a standing split. Bend your right knee. And now reach the right knee as high as you can go. Maybe lift your left heel. Exhale, right knee to chest. And now stand up, rise up. Reach your right foot behind you. Grab the inside seam of your right foot. And now reach your left hand high. Exhale, dancer's pose. Kick into your hand. Find your edge, but don't go over your edge. Here for 5, lift the heart. 4, try to square your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Now one-legged pose. Exhale, standing split so slowly. All right. So coming for a chin stand. You might watch me again. I'm going to step my right foot back. I'm going to lift my left leg up at the pile one leg. I'm going to move my hands a little bit farther back than they normally would be. I'm going to drop my right knee. I'm going to lean my heart forward. I'm going to drop my chin in my chest. So I got to be really soft through my upper body. And then I firm my lower body. I pick up my right knee. I lead with my left heel. Maybe some little hops. If you can hold the split leg, then bring both legs up. Maybe scorpion, feet to the top of your head. And when you've had enough, up dog. Oh, it's hard to talk in that posture. Exhale, down dog. Feel all the vibrations moving through your body. Hopefully right now you're feeling really deep releases through your exhales. Lift your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Cross your shin behind your wrist. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, surrender. You go to where you're most comfortable. Take some deep breaths. Just feel the feels. So it's important that we have those first 4 chakras in balance if we're going to find the balance in Vishuddha. We have to connect to ourselves. We have to be willing to express ourselves. We have to be willing to manifest, to create something to share, and then we want to share it with love. And this moves up our spine, to our throat, and out through our mouth. Think about the words you use against yourself or for yourself. Do you put yourself down when you look in the mirror, or do you lift yourself up? How do you treat everyone else around you? What kind of words do you use for your family or for your friends? Maybe think about the music you listen to. These words have power to shape our reality. Can you be a little bit more mindful of how you choose to express your voice, or what power you give other voices in your life? And I'll come back onto your hands. Sit over to your right hip and draw your left knee to meet your right foot. Sit up nice and tall. Alrighty, so we want to make sure that your foot to knee connection stays that way. We don't want your left knee lifting into the air. That's a red flag in your body saying that we've gone too far. So layer one of our static pose is to take our hands behind us and just lift your heart up. Layer two of comfortable, drop down to your elbows, and if you have blocks, you can set a block under your heart, under your head. Final expression, lay onto your back. And I always find it really comfortable to grab opposite elbows over my head. You go to the place that makes you feel open and take some deep breaths. So you should feel this stretch through all of your lower chakras. Your pelvis, your spine, your core, your heart. We'll inhale, slowly pick yourself up, and I mean slowly, maybe to your elbows, then to your hands, and rolling forward onto your hands and knees, tabletop. Take yourself out, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Set it up to feel so good. And then allow yourself to sink into it, however far you want to go. Taking some time to reflect on what is your truths in life. So many of us are limited by these false beliefs, by these little lies that have grown out of control. Little lies like, I'm not flexible enough to do yoga. Not true. Or like, I could never go vegan. Not true. I'm not strong enough to handstand. Not true. I'm not good enough to be with that person. Enough to find that position in my work. All of these little white lies we tell ourselves from judgments and expectations. So the power of Vishuddha is to shift our mind into a positive place so that we can manifest a life that expresses our needs, that supports who we are. And that's why it's so important that we balance all of these chakras. As you now come back onto your hands, draw your right knee to meet your left foot. Know that just because you can do it on one side doesn't mean it's going to be the same on the other side. So this is layer one, foot to knee connection. Layer two, hands behind you, lift your heart. Layer three, come down onto your elbows. Layer four, relax onto your back. So just like our truth, this posture requires us to be open and to be flexible. It's not easy in the beginning, but the more you practice it, the more it sets you free, the easier it becomes to be balanced. So maybe just start small. Maybe you tell yourself the truth. Or maybe you just share one little truth with somebody that you've been hiding. It'll be uncomfortable at the start, but it'll get easier and easier. And eventually you'll just feel really open, really light. Deep breaths. Gently start to make your way out of it. Take your time. And we'll just take your legs out in front of you. Shake out your legs. So coming into our fish pose, we're going to come onto your elbows. And there's quite a few layers here. Go to the layer that makes you feel supported and safe in your neck. So we're going to drop the top of your head down to the mat. You might have to adjust your elbows a little bit. This is layer one. There's no weight in my head quite yet. It's mostly my arms. Layer two, lift your legs. We want them straight and reaching forward, not up. Layer three, lift your hands. Here for a couple breaths. Try to be solid. Keep lifting your heart. Deep breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Tuck your chin. Draw your right knee to your chest. Deep breath in. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your right knee up and over to the left as you gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Draw your left knee in. Slide your right foot forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, supine twist. Left knee over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Draw your knees to your chest. Take your hands beside your hips. Inhale, extend your legs straight up into the air. And then one more time, Halasana plow pose. Reach your feet up and over. Maybe your feet touch the ground, but they do not have to. Deaf man's pose. Bend your knees. Try to draw them around your ears. That's why it's called deaf man's pose. But I like to draw them around my temples. So my knees to my temples. I heels up and down to give myself a little bit of a head massage. And as slowly as you can, unraveling into Shavasana. Setting yourself up for success to release. Allowing your palms to face up, to receive. Eyes to close, to look inward. Just taking some deep breaths as we settle onto the earth. Feeling all the vibrations moving through your body. Taking some deeper breaths. Starting to move your fingers and your toes. Now reach your arms up and over your head, mini back bend, point your toes. And exhale, rolling over to your favorite side, just to gather in for a second. Think about where you could use a little bit more truth in your life. Is it to yourself, with your friends, with your family, at work? Maybe it's just allowing yourself to open up and receive the truth. We'll come up to Sukhasana, our seated meditation, crossing your legs, sitting up nice and tall, letting your shoulders relax and taking our hands to our heart. So Vishuddha is the vibration of truth. Know that your voice matters, and that you have this right to share your truth, to live your truth. We'll take one last deep breath in. And on our exhale, we'll bow to each other, saluting. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this class. I know it can be super hard to embrace your truth. That's why it was so important to balance these other chakras, to express our truth with intention and with love. It might have been a little bit of a struggle for you in this class today, but keep practicing it, because just like our truth, the more you express yourself, the easier it becomes. So next week we'll be heading into our third eye, our Anja chakra, our mind, and it's really important that we embrace our truth so that when we enter the mental chakra, we can navigate all the little lies that our mind teaches us. I hope to see you soon.